So hello everyone. In this video we will be solving the day 4 of the March Leetcode challenge, which says interaction of two linked lists. So we have been given a linked list and we have to tell at which node the two linked lists intersect. So if you look at this particular problem, so C1 is the node where the two linked lists intersect. So I think the question is pretty straightforward. There is not much complexity to it. So if we check the first test case, so here 8 should be the answer. And similarly in this case the 2 should be answer, and in example 3 if there is no intersection we have to return null in that case. So I think the question is pretty straightforward. Maybe we will look at the most efficient way to solve this particular solution. So before moving that, I would suggest everyone to pause this video and try it on your own. Okay, so this is something, the initial configuration which we have, wherein we have one linked list and we have this another linked list which are intersecting at the point C1. So one of the approach would be to take a two pointer approach, and the first pointer will be pointing at the start of the first linked list, and the second pointer will start at the second linked list, start of the second linked list. What we will do is that every time we will check if this element and this element, that is the element on which this pointer points to, are equal or not. So if we check A1 and B1 are not equal, so we will increment it this way. It's not equal, we will keep on incrementing. Okay, so it's not equal, we will increment it. It's not equal, this will come here, this will come here. So now C2 and C3 are not equal, again we will increment it. Okay, so now C3 and C4 are also not equal, we will increment it. So now is the interesting part. As soon as the second pointer becomes null, we will make it point to the start of the first element. That is something like this. Now the second pointer which was pointing here, it would point to here now. Okay, so now A1 and C4 are not equal, so we will increment both of them. So as soon as the first pointer becomes null, we will make it point to the start of the second linked list. That is something like this. Okay, and now A2 and B1 are not equal, so we will increment it. A3 and B2 are not equal, so we will increment it. So this is the point where both of these pointers points to the same element, and that is the point wherein we can stop and we can say that okay, this is the node which will give us the answer. So this is the approach for solving this particular question. So let us take another test case, which is the negative test case. So here also it would be the same thing. Initially one of the pointer will start here and the other pointer will start here at the start of the second linked list. If both these pointers are not equal, we will increment it. It would come here and it would come here. These are again not equal, it would come here, and second pointer will become null. So this is the point wherein we would actually change it to point to the start of the first linked list. Okay, so now these two are not equal, so we will increment it. So it will come to A2 and this would be null. So as this has become null, it will now point to the start of the second linked list, something like this. Okay, so now these are not equal, we will increment both of them. A3 and B2 are not equal, so we will increment both of them. So if you check it now, both of them are pointing to null, so basically both of them are equal, and this is the case wherein we will loop out of our while loop. We will break out of our while loop. So I think, I hope you are able to understand this particular solution. So let us come to the code part. So the code is also very straightforward. I have taken two pointers, A and B, which will point to the start of both this linked list. Then I'm taking a while loop wherein I'm saying that until both these pointers are not equal, this while loop will run. So here I'm checking if A is not equal to null. If it's not equal to null, I'll just increment the A pointer, or else if it's equal to null, then I will make it point to the start of the second linked list. Similarly, for the second linked list, if it's not equal to null, I will increment it, or else I'll make it point to the start of the first linked list. And as soon as this while loop breaks, I have the answer, which is A. So now the A can be either the initial, it can be either null, or it can be the node which where the intersection starts. So I think this is pretty much about the solution. It's also accepted. The time complexity here would be order of n plus m, where n and m are the length of the linked list, and the space complexity is a constant space because we are not using any other data structure to store anything. So I think yes, that is pretty much it about this question. Thank you so much for your time. Thanks.